It's a pleasure to have you join me on this virtual journey. Welcome. Greetings, explorers of knowledge. Join us as we embark on a quest to understand Astronomical Observatory of Lviv University. The Astronomical Observatory of Lviv University is the astronomical observatory of the Ivan Franko National University of Lviv in Lviv, Ukraine. It was founded in 1771 by the Jesuit College of Lviv, which makes it the 17th oldest observatory in Europe. It was closed around 1783 and restored as part of Lviv University in 1900 as the Astronomical Institute and again as the observatory in 1912. Operations were interrupted by the Second World War, after which the observatory became part of the University of Lviv in 1945. Research at the observatory encompasses observational and theoretical studies in cosmology, relativistic astrophysics, and stellar astrophysics. Let's transition to foundation and uncover its significance. The first documented astronomical observations in Lviv date back to the mid-18th century. They are associated with the patron of the Jesuit College of the University, an outstanding religious figure, Lviv Archbishop Vaclav Yaroslavsky 1700–1780. In terms of technical aspects, Father Dominik Lysaharsky, canon from Bzozov, helped the Archbishop. The first record about the construction of the observatory was found in the archival collection from the city register on the activity of the Jesuit order in Lviv. The Central State Historical Archive collection No. 52, description No. 52, profile No. 234. On April 27, 1771, the Jesuit College willing to build the Astronomical Observatory in Lviv was struggling to obtain the permission from the local government to knock down the old gates and together build a new astronomical observatory funded by the Jesuit College. The city of Lviv gave the permission on the condition that when the observatory was needed to be used with the educational purpose, it should be returned to the city. In addition, the city spared 4 weeks for the construction works to be finished and required Jesuits to arrange the surrounding area, create a project and place the city emblem on the gate. After Galicia had been joined to the Austrian Empire, the Astronomical Observatory got an order from the Austrian government to conduct a geodesic observation of the Kingdom of Galicia and Lodomeria. Yusuf Lisanig 1799, a former Jesuit who used to the prefect of the Astronomical Observatory in Vienna, supervised the observation with the young scientist, Austrian engineer Franz Xaver von Zach assisting him. The latter became an outstanding astronomist. He founded the most modern as far as equipment is concerned observatory, published one of the first astronomical periodicals, monthly press Monatlich correspondence, created the first astronomical congress ever existing. In 1784 the university underwent another reform, a more radical one. This observatory was no longer mentioned in the foundation diploma after the reform. Apparently, the observatory building was knocked down, but the new one was not constructed. This fact may be confirmed by an article in the magazine Monatlich Correspondence Vol. 4, November 1801, pages 547–558. There is no documentary evidence on the work of the Astronomical Observatory as the site for conducting regular celestial observations throughout the 19th century. However, astronomical studies were being developed and encouraged by such university scientists as August Kutsenko, Ignacy Lemek, Wojciech Urbanski and others. A number of books and non-fiction literature was published in Lviv at that time. As we transition, let's shed light on Renaissance and its relevance to our ongoing exploration. The development of natural sciences at Lviv University urged its teaching staff to apply to the Ministry of Education in Vienna with the petition to found the Department of Astronomy at Lviv University. In 1897 this decision was solved in a positive way and the ministry approved Professor Favelska, the head of the Spherical Astronomy and High Geodesy Department, the head of Lviv Polytechnic Astronomical Observatory, as a private docent of astronomy at Lviv University. Later in 1900, the minister approved the Habilitation Act of Dr. Marcin Ernst being appointed for the position of a private docent of astronomy at Lviv University, who started teaching astronomy at the university. In 1907 M. Ernst was appointed an extraordinary and in 1912 an ordinary professor of astronomy at Lviv University. Thanks to the foundation of the Department of Astronomy back in 1900, the Astronomical Institute was established at the university, which later became Astronomical Observatory again. During the period when M. Ernst was holding the position of the head of the observatory, Merck and Zenter's refracted universal tool, pendulum clock Salmoiraghi company, medium solar chronometer, Dittisheim solar chronometer, and a number of the laboratory tools were purchased. An astronomical library was also established. During Ernst being the head of the department, the latter together with the astronomical department were functioning as a united educational complex, the staff of which professors, assistant and preparators provided conducting the lecture, practical and laboratory classes on astronomy. After Ernst's death in 1930, an outstanding physicist, honorable professor of the university Henryk Artowski was appointed the head of the observatory. In 1932, Dr. Eunice Rybka was appointed for this position, who renewed the students' intake attending the courses of astronomy, extended the staff, the scope of scientific topics and the observatory tools, started observing variable stars and working in the sphere of star photometry. The periodical in English called Contributions from the Astronomical Institute of Lviv University was also founded at that time. Stellar and solar chronographs of Nardan companies were purchased to improve the material basis and organize systematic observations. In 1934, the camera with Zeiss triplet objective was created at the University of Vienna. 3 sites for the Merck's refractor, astronomical camera, and for Zeiss refractor were constructed. Starting from 1939, the war made its own adjustments into the observatory operation but did not prevent it. Some of the books, adding machine and chronograph, were requisitioned. Brace yourself for an in-depth analysis as we navigate through after World War II and its far-reaching implications. In September 1945, all employees of Polish origin emigrated to Poland. The observatory staff was replenished by the scientists who moved to Lviv from other astronomical establishments of the USSR. The scope of scientific research was extended, namely with physics of the Sun V. Stepanov, T. Mandarinkina, A. Teplitska, H. Radionov, solar activity and solar and terrestrial connections M. Eheisen, celestial mechanics N. Yelenievska, D. Rodchenko, stellar physics, interstellar medium and relativity astrophysics S. Kaplan. Variable and new stars, comets and lunar eclipse photographic observations were being conducted. They also started the edition of the Lviv University Observatory Circular. The Astronomical Observatory became a scientific establishment of the university. In 1957, the station of the optical observations of satellites, conducting regular visual, photographic and later photographic observations, was established. In 1988, they started locating the satellite with the help of a laser rangefinder. In 1992, the Ministry of Education took a decision to create the network of laser local complexes of the 4th generation site. Lviv University Observatory was the participant of this program. In 1990 to 1998, another pavilion was built and equipment purchased needed for a laser complex based on a telescope TPLM. In December 1998, first results of satellite laser telescope were obtained, and since August 2002, Ivan Franko National University of Lviv Satellite Laser Ranging Site has been included into the International Laser Ranging Service ILRS as the one meeting the international observation accuracy requirements. Olofinenko, Lo. Letter B. Melek, A. Bilinsky. Since as co-workers of the observatory B. Novosiadli, Uchorny, South. Apunovic, U. Kulinik, O. Suryenko and Entsize began working in the theoretical field on the problems of the galaxy origin and a large-scale structure of the universe. In the upcoming portion, we'll be dissecting structure to gain a comprehensive understanding of its implications. The main structural units of the observatory are scientific departments, which are formed in accordance with the main areas of research: Department of Solar Physics, Department of Physics of Stars and Galaxies, Department of Relativistic Astrophysics and Cosmology, Department of Practical Astronomy and Near Space Physics. The observatory also has the following auxiliary structures: the Library of the Astronomical Observatory, Telescope Maintenance Department. Remember to follow me on social media for behind-the-scenes content and updates.